Remember how invincible George Foreman looked through 40 bouts. The man who knocked out Frazier in the second round to win the title. The man who knocked out Ken Norton, the man next to me in Caracas, Venezuela, in the second round. What's happened to him? Well, in the 15 months since Zaire, he's been relatively inactive, except for that charade in Toronto against the frightful Bod. Now Foreman fighting back. Oh, Foreman is in trouble. Lyle caught him with a good left. Now George, now George struck back. Now George fought back with a magnificent right. George fought back. Lyle let himself open for that.
He got overly aggressive there, and he was very excited, and Foreman was throwing hard desperation punches.
A minute to go in a wild fight, just as Lyle apparently had George in trouble. George with that punching power that we talked about in prior fights. Lyle is now ready to go. Against the ropes. About 40 seconds left in the round. Lyle covering up against the ropes. His handler screaming to Foreman, hit him in the body. George at the head. Lyle is now wide open. He is... Lyle trying to swing back. This isn't artistic, but it is slugging the way the public wants it. Lyle now trying to fight back. Only 10 seconds left in the round. Now Foreman was staggered. Foreman was staggered by a Lyle left. Foreman goes down. Foreman goes down. Lyle fights back. Foreman, there's no saving by the bell, but Foreman is up. Foreman is up. What a fight, Kenny.
Well, the slugger's fest here. Both men are leaving themselves wide open.
As Kenny said, both fighters leave themselves wide open. Call it over the slow-mo, Kenny.
Here we go right now. Both fighters leaving themselves wide open. They're both relying totally on power here. George is using his strength. He was hurt. He comes back and he staggers Lyle. Foreman goes down here with a very good Lyle punch. They're both working very hard. And they're both utilizing their power and forgetting boxing.
As I said, I would hardly call this an artistic affair, but at the very beginning we told you we looked for a slugfest. And most people, remembering George's absence of stamina at Zaire, had the feeling if Lyle could get past the 5th round, his chances would materially improve.
That's very true, and Lyle has been known to come on in the later round. He's very good, his stamina is very good, his punching power is good. And so now the question is if George can recover and continue on here in the later round.
Kenny Norton at ringside with Howard Cosell. 5th round action underway.
Howard, from here on in, I think it's going to be a match of power and a match of stamina. I think Lyle has the middle edge right here.
The two men both seem wary already, and who could blame them the way they've been punching and with the damage they've each been rendering. A good left by Lyle. Foreman holding on.
Here we go, Howard.
Staggering all over the ring. Lyle against the ropes, throwing the left uppercut. Foreman in trouble again. No bounce in the legs.
Foreman's in bad trouble now, and Lyle's trying to execute with the hook. And Foreman's hands are down, if you notice, which is very good for Lyle's hook and overhand right.
Foreman looking over here at Clancy for advice, and yet he doesn't even seem to be with it. Kenny made the point that George's hands are down, and so they are. George is falling forward over Lyle, trying to hit back.
This is really a heavyweight fight, Howard. It's total guts here and power.
George got a series of left jabs in there, then a right.
And they both exchange right hands, Howard, right there.
Good right uppercut by Lyle. Foreman again in trouble. You see him falling forward onto Lyle. Now it's Lyle. Now it's Lyle. What an incredible fight. Utterly without boxing skills. Just punching away. Each fighter, in turn, leaving himself open.
Both men are really working here. Foreman's using power and Lyle's waiting just a little too long. They're both fighting. Foreman. Lyle's got to come back with
Now
one
it's
down.
Lyle down to the canvas. Foreman punching him again and again and again when it looked like George was done. This time it may be over. This time it may be over.
Lyle's not going to make it, Howard. He's not going to make it.
A knockout in the 5th round by George Foreman when it seemed Lyle had command of this ever-changing bout. The ebb and flow of the action almost unbelievable. First one, then the other. Foreman floored twice. Foreman floored twice in the 4th round, coming back to win. And in just a moment, we'll be back. I'm going up into the ring to talk with George Foreman.
And out at the Winter Olympics. Coverage starts February 3rd.
We're back at ringside with the winner in a 5th round knockout of Ron Lyle, George Foreman, in one of the wildest, most topsy-turvy scraps we have ever seen. A, George, congratulations. B, when you went down for the 2nd time in the 4th round, did you begin to think it was all over for you?
That was all courtesy due to ABC. Being the last time I was on, they said it was not too serious, so this was really a serious bout. I was off, I was rusty, and this is what happened to you when you stay out of boxing. You get knocked down, but I feel I'm a champion at heart. I can always get up and win fights. I think that all credit should be given to Ron Lyle because he's a tremendous individual. He took some hard punches and he gave some.
He sure did. All right, let's take a look at the action and you describe it, George.
Well, I think that right now I'm concentrating on doing with him what he's been doing to me, hitting me with very good punches. And Gil Clancy, every time I look over, he never did lose faith in me. So I thought, well, why should I lose faith? I got knocked down, and I said to myself, this is dirty, low down, low life, good, hard-hitting young man.
He used his right very effectively. Don't you agree, Gil?
Yeah,
Lyle did.
Yes, he did, yes. There's no doubt Ron Lyle's a tremendous fighter, and I think that the picture's nowhere near through with Ron Lyle. He should be back in there fighting for the title, and I think that he can win on a given night also. I'm rusty, but I'm following some advice that was given to me by Kid Rapidash and Gil Clancy. I had a hard fight, and I credit the great conditioning the reason I won, because I've been out for a long time.
Weren't you hurt there by Lyle, Justin?
Well, you know, I'm rusty, and I'm going to be hurt by a lot of things. Even when he slapped me, it hurt. So right now, I'm getting George Foreman together. I'm never going to give up. I'll die before I give up.
That's right. The heart of a lion.
The heart of a lion. The next time I fight, heart of a lion will be written on my robe.
Right there, he seemed to have had you again. I don't really know where you got the reserve strength back to pummel him.
To Kid Rapidash and Gil Clancy, and of course, the great years that Dick Fellows spent with me. He put some great ammunition in there also.
So the left jab. The left jab is
started to come back. His face snapped back.
the left jab is a throwback to the 1968 Olympics.
Against Iona Shapulis.
That's right. First introduction to the great Howard Cosell.
Look at that, the left and then the right by Lyle. Gil,
Lyle,
you were sitting right next to me, and I heard you say, Gil Clancy, it's all over. You thought it was over for your own fighter, but you never let your fighter know it. True or not true?
Then I turned around to you and said, who's in trouble now? Ron Lyle.
That's right. There it comes.
Even when I got knocked down, Gil started smiling at us and said, just keep moving to the right. So he's been preaching and fighting.
Now watch, here it comes, George.
Yeah. So I decided no giving up. If I got him going, Bill Cosby had told me earlier, keep going. You don't want to hear none of this stuff.
That was it. That right was the final blow.
There's no substitute for action in the ring. Whether you're a piano player or a boxer, you got to have action. And that's a sure display of rust.
Thank you, George, and congratulations. George Foreman. We'll be back to talk with Ron Lyle in just one moment.